Are we live? I just want to make sure. Are we live? Can you all hear me? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you can hear me, please put in the comment section that the volume is good. I want to make sure that you all can hear me loud and clear. So, you guys, welcome to the platform. Today we are doing the ABCs of money, and we are now on the letter V. We have already gotten so far, and I'm super excited. But for those of you who do not know, my name is Kia Renee, and I am a part of an organization where I have accepted the ABCs of Money Challenge by my mentor, Mr. Brian M. Bean. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So let's get started. So on this path, I know I put let your vision and your voice make you some money. But most people have to realize that in order to do that, you have to be vulnerable. Because see, it doesn't matter whatever situation that you may be in currently right now, that doesn't make it valid. This is something that's temporary. This is not, oh my goodness, this is the rest of my life and there's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. This situation may seem bleak right now, but trust me, if you take a moment to actually learn and educate yourself, like educate yourself on this financial literacy, you will come out victorious. That much I will say, because you have to have vision, and you have to have vision to see your way out. You have to, because if you don't have a vision to see your way out, you're going to stay there for as long as you think that this is something that's permanent, right? So you have to be vulnerable. You have to open up and be okay with asking for help, because I mean, there's plenty of situations that I've been in myself to where I thought like, yo, this right here is just totally, completely unnecessary. I'm sure that there's something else that I can do about this situation. I need to find the right people who can get me on the right path to where I need to be. So, be vulnerable, at least for 2 to 3 years. Get around a group of people who's going to help, teach you this money game. Get around a group of people that's going to help uplift you, at least for 2 or 3 years. Just go underground and just say to yourself, I'm thankful for my job, but I'm not satisfied. I want more out of life. This is why vision is so important. So what most people don't even realize is when they lack vision, that's one of the reasons why they're not making the type of money that they want to make. It's because they're not being vulnerable enough. So you have to be vulnerable. So there's so many people out here who like to look like they have it all together. They like to portray in public like they got this money game down pat. You know what I'm saying? And that's all right. But really the truth is, just because people out here looking like it, they want to look like they're verified in this money game, like they really got it together, but really they struggling and they're in a load of debt. They're out here, okay, not being vulnerable. They just rather walk the red velvet carpet and pretend. This ain't the time to be doing that. Let the actors and actresses and celebrities, let them walk the red carpet. Okay? We let them do that because they're the ones that's getting paid to do the acting. So let's stop, coming out here looking like we got it all together. But in real life, we're hurting. We're struggling. We need help. We have to, at some point, be vulnerable enough to let the veil down so that the universe can reflect or actually give you the real victories in life so that you can be victorious. You're not going to become victorious by walking the red velvet carpet. I'm sorry. You got to stop putting on for the city, as Jesus would say, and put on for my city. We not putting on for the city. Okay. See, people like that, they need some humility, and they have to, let that ego come down so that they can now start asking the right questions. And now that you're asking the right questions and you let your ego go, and you're more, you got more humility, now you're starting to attract the right answers and the right solutions into your life. See, this is how attraction works, you guys. If you get a chance, watch that. It's a documentary. It's called The Secret. It's one of my favorites to watch. Go watch The Secret, and it will tell you exactly what it is I'm talking about, and it'll go into more depth about it. But a lot of people need some humility, and they got to let their ego go and become more vulnerable and start asking the right questions, and to the right people. That's going to help them get to where it is that they truly want to be. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to do that because they don't want to hear that. They feel like what they've been doing has been working for them. They feel good. They're comfortable there. Well, maybe not feel good because they're still negative. But most people don't want to hear that. And sometimes they become violent. And I don't mean like physically. See, there's three levels of resilience. And one of them we call stage two is called a violent opposition. This is when you're being vulnerable and you're telling people about your situation. And instead of them encouraging you and uplifting you, instead you're met with ridicule. What's happening is you're saying, hey man, I know this life can seem mundane, but I know that there's better out there and I want more. I really want to experience this thing called life, and I really want to, break the generational curse and build some generational wealth. And I'm gonna start a home-based business. And man, you'll hear some of the craziest things. It could be, oh, really? Oh, so you think that's gonna work? Oh, a home-based business? Or here's my favorite one that I get a lot. So how's your little business going? Mm, okay. Oh, they making that type of money? Okay. Mm. It's like they don't realize that their tones and the words that they speak in, like you can really tell how they feel about you by their tones, and it speaks volumes. And they want you to sit there and pretend as if you're not hearing what you're hearing, and how they're saying it to them seems like they're being positive. And that is just wild to me. I tell you, I don't, I do not get it. But it's okay. That's because they lack vision. So that's fine. You may lack the vision, but I don't. See, and a lot of times when that ridicule don't work, what they'll do is they'll up the ante a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It'll start now coming with an attitude and being a little bit more verbally aggressive or sarcastic. Oh, you in another one of them Zoom meetings. Oh, another event. Oh, it could turn into a real chaotic situation, because what's happening is, and it even happens in relationships, and it's sad, especially between husband and wives, um, because I thought we were supposed to stick through this thing together. We took a vow, but maybe them vows was in vain. I don't know. I could be wrong. So my thing is this: if I have a vision and I'm giving a voice to help our finances, why are you mad? Why are you so upset? See, they become more aggressive and more violent when their tactics are no longer working with you, because your vision and your voice is in alignment, and everything that they're doing and saying is falling on deaf ears. So they want to keep up in the ante. See, we're not doing that. Either we about this wealth and growing, or we not. So now at this point, I'm just gonna say it like this: ain't nobody about to destroy my goals and dreams. you know so my vision and voice are in complete alignment right now, and I'm sticking with that. And let me tell you something, one monkey don't stop no show. So we're going to go ahead and leave that alone. But man, I thought V's was going to be a little difficult. It was actually kind of easy, getting on here, virtually sharing this good information with you guys. And hopefully it's helping you, it's helping you to get some things, you're having a lot of aha moments, you're taking some notes, and you're getting vital information. I pray that you're getting some value out of this. So, and the fact that I'm able to share this from home via Instagram, StreamYard, YouTube, even TikTok, just all of these different, platforms is amazing to me. So since V isn't that difficult, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump in with this. Let's remember one thing. Let's start investing in things that have value. Let's start really investing in things that have value, because you have to remember that assets increase in value over time, where liabilities decrease over time. Now, you have to ask yourself this question: when is the last time I invested in something that continues to increase in value? See, in reality, what a lot of people don't realize is that, honestly, right now, to this day, since COVID, the US dollar has been decreasing in value because of inflation. Is that not crazy? Like, I'm gonna give you a new point of view, right? So the dollar is losing value every day because I think there's some lag, because it's no longer backed by gold. And that's another thing we got to pay attention to, you guys. Like, we're working for paper that's not even backed by anything. It's just a currency. It's just like a fiat, a simple piece of paper where all of our beliefs alone give it value. And I find out to be kind of interesting. It's almost kind of like in prison. In prison, they use stamps as currency, like we use money out here in currency. Because in the outside world, stamps are like, what, $35? But in prison, you can exchange stamps for various things. I don't care if it's cigarettes, if it's noodles, if it's, let me think, honey buns. I mean, a multitude of things, various things. And see, what a lot of us don't realize as well is that a lot of the people in the community, whatever the people are in the community, they're the ones who are making the valid decisions as to what's valuable. They're determining what's valuable to us or to them. Because like I said, in prison, it's stamps. That's what's valuable to them, because they're able to use that as currency to get the things that they want and need. Right? So let's say if you send someone that's in prison a book of stamps, they're going to be in there living like they kingpin. You know what I'm saying? So if society is what determines what's value, then apparently it's the same thing with currency, with the dollar. If they're determining that how the currency is valued, it's the same thing with the dollar, because it's not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything of value. See, here in America, what happens is business owners are able to control how much things cost, because the reason why is when the dollar is losing value with a serious velocity, like it's going down rapidly, like the value of the dollar is going down rapidly. That's called hyperinflation, right? So that's called hyperinflation. So now, because of COVID or the quarantine and the uncertainty, business owners they were forced to raise, to increase their prices. Because if you think about it, if less of us are going out and participating in capitalism, spending money in different businesses, it's less of us. Guess what? They're going to have to charge us more money, more dollars off of less people because they're still a business. They have to keep their business afloat. So if my thing is this, if the business owners had to raise or increase their prices so that they could make more money off of less people, how does it make sense if you're still making the same amount of money you were making before quarantine? You're still making that same amount of money that you were making before quarantine, and you're still not giving yourself a pay raise. How is it that we don't know what's happening to the dollar? What's happening to the dollar is that you can buy less, but it's going to cost you more. So you become now a victim of quarantine or a victim of circumstance, and you don't even get a chance to vote on this whole situation. It just is what it is. The business owners are going to increase their prices because they have to stay afloat. They're still a business. So yeah, you're going to spend more money for less product. This is why it's important for you to find a vehicle like a home-based business that gives you your own voice. And it will also help you overcome the velocity of inflation. Like, the dollar value is dropping at a rapid rate, you guys, literally at a rapid speed. And just like that with a home-based business, you can definitely overcome the velocity of inflation. See, but you need a vehicle. You need a vehicle. And see, in our organization, see, we get to talk about this vehicle every single day because it's a home-based business. Number one, we give ourselves an instant pay raise because a home-based business allows our job actually to give us a pay raise. So when having a home-based business, having a job with the home-based business will allow us to give ourselves an instant pay raise. Okay. See, if you take a moment to visit the IRS.gov, it states on the IRS, on their website, that you can get your money up front, especially if you have a home-based business as one of your vehicles. That's probably like the most valuable tip that I can give you. I don't know what else to say, because I know most people, because we weren't taught, we're not going to do that. But visit IRS.gov. It's written right there on the website that you can get your money up front. And see, this is what we teach. We teach how to get your money up front, because it's important to us that you get your money first and not the government. We teach how to get your money up front, which is a paycheck increase. So this is why I say you don't have to leave your job. I don't ever knock a job. Use your job to fund your dreams. You now see, once you have that home-based business and you give yourself that instant pay raise, like it says on the IRS.gov, now you can use that money, pay off some debt. Now you're out of debt. Now you're starting to create some positive cash flow. See, this is why I enjoy showing people how to do it. I enjoy teaching people how to do it. And in the midst of me doing that, guess what? We get to give ourselves a pay raise. Now, if you're really taking some notes here, now that you're learning all of this, you can use your home, apartment, townhouse, condo, vacation, wherever you reside is where the money resides. Wherever you reside is where the money resides, is what I'm telling you. Because now your house or your apartment, your condo, townhome, duplex, whatever you want to call it, it now becomes a vehicle to help you overcome the inflation. Now you get to take as many vacations as you want. Now you get to invest in a vehicle you're already sitting on that is going to take you in the most beautiful places that you could ever go. Because now that you're giving yourself a voice saying, I have more value than what they are, my job is paying me. Listen, taking the leap is probably the most important part. You have to have the vision. You have to give yourself a voice that's loud enough to valiantly overcome the violent oppositions that you're going to face when on this journey to starting a home-based business and paying yourself first and getting out of debt and growing some positive cash flow, you guys. This is what's going to happen. You have to have the vision and the voice, because this is going to, the violent opposition is definitely going to come while you're in pursuit of your goals and your dreams. So let's go ahead and be valiant with getting various streams of income, starting with a home-based business, using that as a vehicle to now start snowballing the effect all the way to the path of wealth. So you guys, that is it for this video. This was the letter B. I didn't think I was going to even make it through this video, but I did. And I appreciate you all who have been supporting me, and to the ones who let me know that my volume was low. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Stick with this, you guys, the ABCs of money. This is actually pretty cool learning it like this, and I hope you're taking some notes. And until next time.